So we should be live now, and everything should be working perfectly. But let's see. I just hit it. First time using the software, guys. So y'all watching the YouTube stream and you're like, what? Checking. I'm checking. Come on, baby, work. Yes, we're live. Woo! Awesome. Cool. Then let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, this software is awesome, dude. This is working perfectly. All right. Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the world record commentated series. I don't even think it's going to be only world records. I think we're going to be looking at a lot of tasks. I actually have 2 tasks, actually technically 3 that we're going to be doing right after the new year. I'm not going to spoil anything. There's going to pop up and you're going to be like, oh, this might be cool. I know a lot of speedruns, so we're going to be doing a lot of that type of stuff. But for now, we're going to go back in time and go watch back through the Family Guy video game 80% world record, a 1 hour, 3 minute, 12-second time. And just to put that in perspective, that is that is like 9 minutes faster than my time. This is okay, real quick, you can just look right here. 1:03:12, best possible time is 1:02:22. That just gives you a little insight on how crazy this run is about to be. This is honestly one of the highest well executed runs in like just that I've seen in like licensed video games. It's actually crazy. Toxic Pinhead is a world record holder. Make sure you guys go check out he mostly posts on YouTube, so make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. It's honestly one of the best things to subscribe to because you'll just look at your sub feed and you'll just see some crazy new strategy from some game that you've never played before, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, that's a thing. That's what the heck. Cool. But yeah, let me pop out the YouTube chat so we can get you guys over here, and let's go to get started. If you guys are over on the YouTube chat, make sure you drop a like. I'm gonna remind you a couple times, drop a like, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay. So there's a lot that happens here at the start. I'm gonna do my best, but luckily we have the benefit of it's a YouTube VOD, so I can just go back if I need to explain something. But there's a lot that happens just like right off the get go. Make sure this is on 720. All right, without further ado, here we go, baby. Okay. It's got all save files there. We're gonna be doing a lot of save file shenanigans in this run. And all the cutscenes are skippable, so it's pretty much just gameplay, loading screens.
Oh, marvelous. I see you stopped touching.
Okay, so starting out in this room, we actually need to collect all of these bolts, all 20 bolts, not only just to upgrade the ray gun, but I think even Toxic said if you were to clip out of bounds here, you wouldn't be able to go to the load zone. So this is just, you can't skip this. You're gonna have to do it. Not all 20 are in here though. Let's grab 19 and head out. Now, normally you have to do a whole bunch of stuff with the vacuum cleaner here, but instead you could just jump through there, jump over here, skip Lois completely, clip through the wall. He's gonna put on a headset, but this game's so glitched, it doesn't even happen. And then he's gonna do some like crazy jump here to skip like everything else. There is just so so much stuff that goes on here that we do have to go back just a second. I'm going to try to not do this, but the beginning of this game is just absolutely insane. You guys can we'll just stick to outside because the main thing that I want to focus on here is there's this very weird mechanic, okay? And maybe Toxic has a better understanding over it than me, but basically when Stewie does his hover, because Stewie is a 3D platformer character in this, and you'll see what the other characters do. Well, you won't see what Brian does. He's a stealth character. He's not even in the run, so just forget about him. But Stewie is a 3D platformer character, and when he does his hover with the balloons, if he gets shot in air, he essentially gets an invisible platform underneath himself, and he's able to jump out of it. So watch this. I don't know how you do the one jump here though. It's crazy. That's so insane. Like, I don't know if you had to reset a bunch for that, if that's like a consistent setup for you, but he does that and he gets it like rising. He gets like Air Jordan, Air Stewie in the perfect height to skip all of it. The entire section.
How dare you defy me?
Dude, sub 1 minute for a split. Just That's nuts. I can't. I don't even know how to do that. How he just did that. If I ever ran this game again, I would have to learn it. But the only thing that could have been faster was like clipping outside. But it's a little weird. Stewie's head is so funny because he has this big football head, and you can use it to clip through things. But yeah, now we're at the hospital. The context here is that, oh my gosh, never mind. We're going to get to the context in a bit. He's setting up some save files right now. So to set up the save file, he basically just turns autosave on and off, and he made a save file for this room. You can't use save files from previous runs, so he just like saved over them. We'll get to back to that in a second. Other than that, he's just cruising through here. We need to collect bolts along the way. This is all time gated, auto scroller-ish. So just got to get through here as the electricity drops. And the only one that really matters is going to be the last guy that you want to try and closely get to the end.
I will be overjoyed at causing this much destruction. I have more pressing matters.
So I just want to make sure everything's working correctly here. Anyways. Oh, we are dropping a little bit of frames. Sorry about that. Anyways. The context here is that Stewie was in an argument with Bertram, and a satellite dish dropped on Peter, so he got escorted to the hospital. In the meantime, Stewie needs to go to Peter's testicles to story is so crazy. He has to go to the testicles because that's where Bertram's old lair was. So right here he's gonna be doing a pretty cool clip. You need a very specific positioning here, like turning Stewie, and then you can kind of strafe once you get the correct angle and just jump right through there. All the nurses in this section need to be cleared through. You kind of want to clear out a bunch of them at once, but then also hyper focus on the female nurses because they can revive the male nurses. And the male nurses all get done with one shot. You can skip this room, but you like getting the bullets there. Yeah, bullets are really important. And there's dude, this guy's a gamer. That was really smart to do, to jump over here. Because in these sections, I'm pretty sure are the nurses don't get affected by the lasers, right? So they can run through them, and they're just gonna be chasing them all the way down. And then this is where we're gonna set up this second save file, which is in the MRI room.
And this little piggy went back to my place for
and yeah, you can just squeeze through there. There's a whole thing you're supposed to do with Quagmire, but we don't have to worry about it. I forgot how fast-paced this game is. It's crazy.
Okay.
All right, so here is where the save files are going to come into play. So we made two save files. There's the hospital Ricochet and the MRI room. So he's going to be going to the Ricochet one and kill Stewie as he loads the save file to where we just were. The autosave is going to keep track of that. And when you do that, the game tries to load in Stewie at the same time that you load in this level, and you get to play as Stewie in the Brian levels. And it is not how the game is supposed to work. So like even there, right when you get caught, Stewie's so fast in comparison to Brian that even though he got caught there, he could still just keep moving and open up the door.
For a short period of time. Thanks for listening.
And there are a lot of cutaway gags, which are some of them are pretty funny, but there's quite a few that can get skipped too. Some of them are kind of helpful though, because they will give you like bolts if you're Stewie. But the Brian ones kind of suck because they just give him like invisibility or other power-ups, and I don't even remember what all of them do because we try and skip those if we can. They're just not very beneficial.
Yikes. This is part of the police file on
especially in a speedrun context.
Jackpot. That guard might be a problem.
And yeah, he's just gonna walk to the end here. This guard is looking right at him, but boom.
I think that room exceeds maximum occupancy.
And you can pretty much just jump over their line of sight. You just cannot be in the view of the policeman for too long. This reminds me of the time I watched you speedrun this game like 3 years ago. Hell yeah. This is an amazing speed game, by the way. Like, I don't know if you guys were, for some reason, looking for a fun 3D platformer. This one is it.
destruction to do this.
I love this game and the Futurama game a lot, and Simpsons Hit and Run. Those are like my top 3 for like this era licensed games, and BFBB of course. But yeah,
I went there. Shoddy workmanship. I find
doing Brian's cutaway as Stewie gives Stewie bolts, and I did not know that. That's crazy. So you do Brian's cutaway as Stewie, and the game must be programmed that to when you do a cutaway as the specific character, it gives you those rewards. Interesting. Yeah, Stewie's turning abilities are not great in the lard here, so you gotta bounce off some of the walls. He's trying to bounce off as little, like as few walls as possible. I do want to try it back to the multiverse at some point. Toxic, have you played that game? Well, I'm sure you've played it. I don't know if you've speedrun it at all, but that game actually looks pretty fun to speedrun too.
bird from your uppers shall come.
And yeah, we're chilling. I guess gliding doesn't save as much time, or it doesn't. I guess it just doesn't save any time because he's not doing it. Let's see. There's a pretty cool clip you can do here. It looks like he's gonna go for it, and it will. I don't know why this works, but if you jump in here at a specific angle, it's gonna warp him to the end, and it is about as inconsistent as it looks. So I don't think he saved any time by doing it there, but I don't think he lost any time either. Getting a little unlucky with the syringes being fired. Stewie shots can hit the syringes and kind of suspend them in air. But, I mean, that's kind of unavoidable. All that really matters is clearing these cycles before the nurses get to the escape, before they can reset their cycles. So, in that regard, he's doing really well. And he's getting a lot of bolts. And, that was very clean. And he's about to do something I've also just never even done the strat that he's about to do here. Trying to remember what we call this skip here.
Damn, I hate these last minute additions.
I think it's damn skip or whatever. Basically by releasing out of death here and then taking control over him again, you can reset his dialogue, and he normally has a bunch of different dialogues he goes through and like animations, but you skip all of them. And then he's going to clip out of bounds here because there's supposed to be a cutaway gag, but the cutaway gag cannot happen if the character is too far off screen for some reason, and it just gets skipped completely. Saving quite a bit of time right there.
From the youngest child to
I love the Peter levels.
none shall escape.
So he's going to lure this grandma over here. He has a little bit of a different method of doing it, but this looks really good. You pretty much want her right there and then to drop kick through the wall to get out of bounds. And you can do a big bounce right there. Don't know why that works. I mean, you're not supposed to be out of bounds here anyways, so it's unlikely that the developers did any testing on those. But sometimes Peter can jump off certain objects and just give him an insane amount of height. And I'm just going to go back for 1 second. That it isn't. It looks just silly, but it is actually a strat too. So I'm kind of glad we get to do it, because right now the camera is not focused on Peter. So navigating through this out of bounds section is going to be incredibly difficult, but you're going to see the camera snap to him when he goes up there. And now you can see center screen. And yeah, the entire beat 'em up section with Peter is skip. Game can get very weird when you do these things. You can get very, very weird because you're supposed to be killing enemies, and the game is not really programmed to deal with unloading a bunch of enemies and then reloading them. Like right there, that was a big crash spot that could happen, but luckily it didn't crash for him. It crashes for me like maybe 10-20% of the time. And there's a bunch of invisible walls, so when you see him, like you saw right there, with him moving side to side, he is navigating around those and different triggers. You can actually avoid loading in certain enemies by being further away, but obviously being further away is going to be time lost. And you're supposed to unlock a special ability here, but he skipped past it, the spin move. So he's just going to drop kick him. And get him in the corner here so that when he drop kicks him, it's into the wall, and he can just keep rinse and repeating it. Easy, can you let Toxic know about the new
Reminds me of
strat
the
you
time I
found?
tried to open that can
Post,
of
is it in the
If I
Discord
could just
server?
win this cutaway, the game designers promised
I think
me
you did
extra
send it to me, but
items
I
when
honestly
stat
can't
made it.
remember.
Freaking sweet.
I've not checked out the Astrobot run. I need to play through that game.
What? You die.
Some objects have weird gravity or something. Some objects suck Peter under the map when you jump on them, and others launch you. Yeah, it's super cool. Like there's like stalagmites in one of the later levels that does that as well. But we're gonna go ahead and do another character swap. And you're gonna see on my head might be covering his splits, but it's not really important. Is that sometimes you need to load the MRI room, and sometimes you need to load Hospital Ricochet. Hospital Ricochet is quicker to kill Stewie in, and the MRI room is slower. But for some reason, if you were to do Hospital Ricochet here, the game would crash.
All right, here's another
Or like soft lock, whatever you want to call it.
This is part of the police
So you
file.
have to do the MRI room, even though it's slower, but overall it's gonna be faster because he's just cruising through
Time
this
for the
section.
old lampshade
Like,
disguise.
you're supposed to be doing a stealth section, and there's gonna be like cutaway gags that you can't skip with Brian here, and he's just
This is a costume. This is a costume.
I mean-
It was my lunch break and chicken sounded good.
he just skipped a cutscene right there. There's just so much stuff
Here's
getting
another
skipped.
one.
I really like that open door strat. You can as the door opens, you can pick up the file or the folder or whatever it is as it opens.
Be cool, man.
Not in the
Control
Discord.
yourself. Not everything is a toilet.
Yeah, the Brian levels are like a minute long each.
I must be careful to avoid
Right there,
sort of like when
Toxic.
I pretend the driveway is
I'm
not
assuming
mine.
you attempted to do. Can you do it there? The jump. Basically, right when Stewie loads into certain sections, he can do a jump at the very as he like drops down. You can do a jump, and you can just maintain a lot of that height, jump over a lot of this. I can't remember what the condition is for being able to do
Find me
it
a way
though.
out of this meat trap.
Like I think there is a condition.
Must avoid these annoying costumes.
So he either failed doing it there or wasn't able to do it. Either way, it's really difficult because you don't get to like visually see it because he's off screen, so it's kind of hard to know if you got it. But he's also picking up a couple extra bolts, and there's only bolts in those two that he hit there. Anything else that he hit was just to get it out of the way. Imagine Toxic in chat. Toxic in the Twitch chat right now. I told him that we were doing this so he could let me know any other information. Said maybe, I can't remember though. Yeah, it's been 2 years since he ran this. It's also been about 2 years since I ran this. Sometimes you don't know why things work, you just kind of feel it out. Or maybe you just attempt to go for something, and if it doesn't work out, then that's fine too. And Stewie can jump underneath these platforms. You can also keep holding A, I think it's A, or whatever the glide button is, to release off that hook and glide off of it very cleanly, like how he did there. Pretty much all, like, movement-wise, Toxic is very good at this game. Very good at a lot of games, but very good at this game. Why the baby evil? Kind of like a chaotic neutral, right? Is he always evil? Oh yeah, right there, that's a pretty cool strat. Was swimming into that corner there. This is actually, it's not super tight, but you can kind of get screwed because obviously the whirlpool is there to kill you. But that allows him to not have to go all the way down here, and he can instead just jump straight to the button and finish it. Easy peasy. This section, Toxic is definitely the best at. It's really difficult to manage all the Loises. So what he's doing right now is he's just taking out all of the green shirt ones, which is really risky, especially at this HP. It's very risky, but this means he can run all of them into the electric field as well as do triple shots and take them all out super quickly. And luckily he avoided pretty much everything there. And once you hear that fanfare, that means the section is over.
The fat man's brain cell seems to be thinking about food.
Yeah, Scooby actually has the second place time right now. I am third, I think.
Which one to use first?
Because whenever I returned to this game, I only ran it for 3
I
days.
think I'm falling in love with you.
Just to beat Liquid Wi-Fi.
man, move those legs.
So I'm not sure what it would take for me to get a the second place time again. But this run, I don't think I'm beating it. I don't know if Toxic it would be interested. I'm not saying he can't beat it, but this is a tough run to beat. That's for sure.
I'm gonna get me.
There's very little time lost in the run. Also, right there, he's using that cake to help push Cleveland into the finish line. You kind of just want to do the characters here faster to slower. And yeah, you know, Cleveland in a 2-2 would. Apparently, Peter would too. That makes a blood flow, and then we finish the level. And yeah, right here. I can't believe I never found that. I was not the one to find that. That's a really cool strat. At the time that I had initially ran this game, we didn't know that drop kicks adjusted Peter's hitbox so much to clip through things. And yeah, I mean, this skips so much. You have to clear out all those enemies. There's an entire soccer field of enemies that you would have to clear through, like with waves. There's the worst part of this game is the porta potty, skipped right there. But you have to be really, really, really careful in this section because, again, this is a big game crash spot, even more prevalent than the other one, which is why he's reloading the game here. This way, all the enemies behind him are going to get deloaded, and maybe some of the map will get deloaded too, but it makes it a lot safer. I have a little strat that I do here, movement-wise, where like I would move basically move towards the screen a bit more so that these enemies never spawn in, and then come back in right at these manhole cover, and to be able to load in the rest of the map. But yeah, you can also just save and reload to be safe completely. And most speedrunners of this game have visual cues of like where I like to use a sidewalk relative to where Peter is, and use that as your visual cue. A lot of trial and error in figuring it all out, but once you figure it out, it's not too bad. I was going to want to take out all of these kids. He has not really gotten any stuff for the boosts, so he's trying to pick it up as he takes them all out, and then line up all the policemen to take them all out with one shot, which is really nice, so he can conserve more meter, the snack meter. Pick up some more donuts. He might be going for a double here. Nope, he's going to opt to save his food meter, snack meter, and save it for the clam here. I think the clam only needs 2 spins. Yes, it does, and that will take him out, which is probably way more worth it to use than use it on those policemen.
A solitary killer, the fire truck stalks its prey.
So all very solid. And yeah. At this point, he is glotting all over the place. So a lot of like the best possible time is it's just like he's just contending with his sum of best. Like he's just like he's there right with it. The sum of best that we saw at the start of the run, he's so close to it. His best possible time is a 32, and his sum of best is 18.
Ray gun blasts ricochet off these walls at useful angles.
Crazy.
Sniffing glue during...
Anyways, per usual, Brian section. Hospital Ricochet is a little bit quicker here since the game won't crash. And normally you'd have to get a whole cheerleader outfit and whatever else. I'm not sure why this works, but if you go behind the security guard here and then walk into the trigger,
Yes, here we go. Give me
you don't have to do any of that.
Give me a
Toxic, why does this work?
Wait, we're going for
Because if you were to walk up here with Brian, like not from behind him but in front, he wouldn't let you through. You're like, why does this work? There must be just some type of trigger there.
All right, here's another tape.
But yeah, you hear all the Brian dialogue, and
Set of the
this is just insane. He's gonna do a little clip underneath right there. I love that. A little micro optimization.
Where yet? Where yet?
No, not this one. Gotta keep
There's a
looking.
day go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
The guard just catches you as Brian. Oh, so it just
Slip past these
works as
dancers and out the
Stewie.
door.
Huh.
Especially those sexy.
So right there, during the peanut butter jelly time,
Aggressively low
he
self-esteem.
grabbed one of the VHS tapes.
Oh, come
And those things
on,
are a
you
relic at
giant
this point, huh?
smashing things in a lumber mill.
Game's from 2006.
You know, this would be a lot easier if I could jump.
Oh, he's gonna do something so cool here. I'm gonna play it back too. It doesn't look as cool as what it is, but that right there, like, it's hard to tell that that's insanely difficult to do. That is insanely difficult to do, what he just did there. I think I've only pulled it off maybe like once or twice in practice, and never in a
This would be a
run.
lot easier
So
if
the
I
fact
could
he's
jump.
pulling off all of these crazy strats in a run is so sick. So what he did here is he got up to this lever and he jumped as he interacted with it to get a little bit closer. And then he's gonna use that timing to get closer to the door and interact with it before a cutaway can happen. And since this is a Brian section, I don't think you benefit at all from getting this cutaway. So it's literally only time save. But as Toxic said earlier, apparently if you complete them as Stewie, you get bolts. And I don't know if that's the case for that one, but way more worth it to skip it. What an insane time save. That must have not been in his PB, because he is minus 36. And I'm hoping that... I think as he goes through the rest of the splits, my face will not cover it. So hopefully that is the case.
Ah, you bastard!
Oh no! He's doing another out of bounds.
Ah, you bastard!
But he cut the corner a little too sharp. But all good. So there is time save in this run, guys. And Black Peter. Enjoy. This is pretty much how most of the Peter sections go. We just get out of bounds and run to the end. But yeah, he's going to cut in here and then clear out some of these machines to get a massive spin to take out like 20 enemies at once. You can always throw these guys into the wall there. He waited till he got right by the wall so that he could go through the door immediately. After you clear a section, there's going to be a thing that says go, and Peter's going to celebrate, and you want to try and skip those celebrations as much as possible. Spin move right there, and right here he's going to jump. You see how he jumped right there as the go meter, the go arrow popped up? That's like skips the animation as well. Nice shot. At this point, he also has like this like Wario shoulder charge move. And it takes out adults instantly. And you don't have to hold it, so you can just press it right when they're nearby and just take them out pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure you can skip. I'm pretty sure you can skip that right there, but it's only a couple seconds long. That cutaway. And you get a full snack meter from it, so that's probably why he's not doing that. And ooh, that actually failed. If I recall correctly, I think that one can be a bit risky if you mess it up, because if you destroy that torture device anymore, you're gonna just destroy it completely and not be able to clip out of bounds. But could be wrong about that. It can give you 20 bolts. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna read the other message. You said you can skip this, but I like getting the snack meter for the next boss. Yeah. So the bosses he's referring to is Satanic, Winnie the Pooh, and and this guy.
Thank the Lord.
Can you skip that
Go God,
cutaway?
It's your birthday. Go God, it's your birthday.
Yeah, having full snack meter is nice.
Get the blade up!
How you even play that game? This is an Xbox game. I mean, it's on the PS2 as well.
Ew,
So, but I believe he's playing on Xbox 360.
Oh, me little Ed.
And yeah, clears through here pretty easy with that shoulder attack charge.
500 tickets to the one who brings me.
And this guy is kind of a pushover. He's like a whole health bar too. I don't know why.
Hell is
You don't think you
right.
can? Gotcha.
Oh, hell no! Belvedere, you was even uglier than your mama.
So right here, he's actually going to save some of his snack meter just by walking into these green heads of Mr. Belvedere. Because for context, Peter's essentially having delusions. He hit his head at the beginning of the game that we didn't see. And that's why he keeps thinking he's all of these different characters. And he thinks that
Hey, stop it!
Mr. Belvedere is trying to come after him and kill him or whatever, go after his family.
You bastard!
So this is really just part of his delusion. And unfortunately, he wasn't facing towards the giant head here. If he was, he could be doing a couple of combos to position himself a little bit closer to it to get swallowed, but that's completely fine. What was actually happening there is Peter was like fighting inside of a
Beginning to feel like a toboggan.
janitor's closet. If you want to play it on PC, I think the best way to play this game on PC is PS2 emulator. Not sure how great Xbox emulators are, but that might be an option too. But yeah, back to Stewie. He's still traversing through Peter's body.
Would you mind calling me Sean?
Sean?
Yeah,
And there's a mailbox clip you can do here. It is kind of tricky, but it'll just cut through all the section.
Look, don't second
Doesn't
guess
even
me on
grab
this.
the
I know what
bolt.
I want, and what
Oh.
I want is to be
I don't know. I
called
never knew there was
Sean.
bolts in that. That's good to know. Yeah, it's crazy how some PSP games are actually pretty decent. PSP is really a solid handheld. Yeah, just cruising through here, picking up as many bolts as we can get along the way. He's about to get an upgrade right... Not there. Needs one more bolt for it, though.
Oh, how I will look back on my adventures here. I slid through some veins, jumped on some cysts, and squeezed through some sphincters.
Again, guys, if you're enjoying the stream so far, I would appreciate if you dropped a like on it. This will be a VOD afterwards, and all of that stays on the VOD, so appreciate it.
The yellow water.
So right here, again, he's going to start a hover at like before Stewie drops down, and he's going to be able to maintain it. Not only that, but he's going to purposely get shot while hovering, which, as we said earlier, creates like a artificial floor underneath him, and you can airwalk all the way to the end of this section. I love this strat. He's not going to go all the way to the end. He will probably just, hop up on this platform, grab the free health. Why not? And that pretty much gets you there.
That trooper alerts his brethren. I'll see more sperm than the
God, I forgot how just
I
like
must eliminate that
fast paced.
sperm
Like there's
trooper
just so
before
much
he
stuff
leaves
happening in this
fleshy
game.
express
I love it. Like there's also like relatively like little RNG compared to a lot of other games I've played. Like this is a great game to speedrun.
Unless I hit each
Well, there's a
other's
lot of the
speed
tricks
boost, I
may
have
be
no
like
chance
a
of
little bit
success.
inconsistent though, but it's because they're difficult. And coming up here soon, we will be in the Testicles.
Now if I charge long enough, I can lob grenades. As the
But yeah, he
Batman
actually
would say,
beats him in the race
"Reading
there and just
sweet
has to shoot behind to take out that
That
sperm
was more
cell.
pathetic than that game of Marco Polo I played with Helen Keller.
Accurate.
Mark? Ah, the testicles.
All
at
right,
last.
so it's always good practice at the start here to grab full health because there are mines everywhere. But he actually has a full setup for this entire thing, and it's just amazing to see. That one shot right there to take out all of them. This one, like 3 shots, done. Hold up. 1, 2. Yeah. Nice little backup there to keep firing. Not only that, but he's blowing up the mines ahead of him, so he can kind of just like stand in the spot. That's just insanely clean, insanely difficult. That is probably one of the hardest sections in the game casually. And Toxic is probably the best at airwalks by far.
I see security has been beefed up since my last.
Another reason to try and get out of that section with full health, because the airwalks are going to require taking damage. And dude, that's crazy what he just did there. It's so good. Oh, it's so clean, dude. It's just so, it's so fast. It's so clean. I mean, with a lot of these sections, there's not much he could be doing to speed anything up. This run's honestly insane. Brian section. So we're gonna go ahead and switch back to Stewie. And of course, use Stewie in the Brian section. It's funny because like how long it takes to do this setup, but Stewie just saves so much time. I mean, you'd have to run through all of this as Brian, but you can just jump around everything. Everything here is on a set cycle too, so like I said, there's no RNG.
One perverted SOB. Who leaves these things out? Almost there. If I can just cross through.
Oh, I do like the strats in this section. So grab this one, head over here, jump in front of this guy real quick. While he's looking at the clipboard, so you don't get caught. Don't get caught by that guy either. He locks onto him to get clipped out of bounds with a good Stewie head angle, because this head can be used to clip out of bounds. Jump above this guy and get caught, but it doesn't matter because he just hits the exit. But now there's going to be a second section of the Jolly Farms. And again, it's just fast to switch to Stewie here. Because as Brian, you'd have to do a pretty long cutaway segment. So
The power switch is blocked off by more laser beams. I must find something or someone.
Tom Tucker's dressing room is at the end.
You'd like
of the
sub 1 hour on PAL?
I asked for a bowl of green
You don't think,
chocolate candies.
dude?
Yes, they're here, but I asked for 4.
I don't think it's possible yet either. I mean, there's always a possibility of new strats though. I don't know if this game's done finding strats. There's no way. But he also, everything he's doing here is very specific. It just looks like he's just going through. He's not. I promise you, he's not. Everything is specific. Jump heights, angles, cycles, everything here is specific or you will get caught. Anyways, picks up this tape. We're gonna go ahead and clip through the wall. And that puts him right next to this tape. And it also skips the cutaway gag, and you can just finish it. Yeah, the Brian voice lines are still coming through.
Excuse me, fat hooker coming through. Oh crap!
Okay, and we got Hooker Repeater now. As he goes through here, he'll take out the old people because they just take one hit. And he's trying to collect everybody up so the spin move takes them all out. But slap, 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 go skip, slap, slap, slap again. And just dragging everybody over here. It looks like he's gonna get a full sweep. I mean, that's satisfying, dude. What, watching this just makes you want to run the game. That's just so satisfying. It really is. I promise you, it's as satisfying to pull off as it is to watch. Boom. You're gonna throw him into her, but she slapped a whole guy out of his hands and he went flying. Old people also walk very slow, so you can't big combo them. Yeah. Spin right there. Throw him at that. Yeah, anytime sometimes the spin move just knocks people out instead of killing them. So
You in heap big trouble.
whenever that happens, you can just I'm pretty sure if you throw somebody at anybody, it just one-shots them. This entire thing right here, this entire section is like consistent. Like it's always the same.
This is all on camera.
That's why he knew exactly where that guy was going to drop.
There we go. Ow! Crappy pinatas and your glass.
For
candy.
PS2, I think I usually use PCSX, whatever that one is for PS2. That's probably what I would use. There's a lot of good PS2 emulators, so.
If you give me money, I will then make sex.
Ooh, probably would have been good to pick up that guy, but that's completely fine. Really nice ending there. He just wants to be close to that elevator door as he ends, so that right when the last guy dies, the section ends.
Hey, stop it!
Boom. What are Peter's pronouns here? I don't know, but he is kind of thick though.
You guys are rougher than that Duke lacrosse team.
This is really cool what he does here.
Hey, stop it!
Like, those are perfect spins. Like, that's so satisfying, dude. So satisfying. Beautiful ending there. All right, some cool stuff. This is my favorite section. This is one of the most difficult things that Toxic does.
Oh my, look at the pretty floating disc. Apparently Bertram couldn't afford a floor in here. But oh my, look at the pretty floating disc.
So he's going to be doing a bunch of airwalk shenanigans. He positions Stewie right there underneath that turret. So he just gains elevation off of that and then continues more airwalks. And watch his health as he does this. Because it's going to get really sketchy. This is like a very RNG strat too. He's kind of doing micro adjustments to not get shot as much, but I mean, it's brutal. It's crazy to even do something like this in a run like this that he's already saving so much time on. You have to kill 8 people here or the game crashes. I did not know that. And boom, just clear the entire section. Because there is another strat you can do here, which is jetpack skip, which I'll show you guys real quick right here. This is him doing it on this is PAL PS2 emulator. So this is jetpack skip right here. He's going to use it to just clip through it, and what happens there is none of the force fields will spawn afterwards, and you can just go to the end. So this is the actual optimal strat, but the other strat's way cooler, and it's actually way more consistent. From what Toxic was saying, I guess this strat is kind of like free on PAL PS2, but on Xbox, I've never done it. I don't know if he's ever done it. It's that difficult. I don't know if he's ever done it. Only Chloe has done it to my knowledge. He just said in chat he's never gotten it. It's that difficult. And Chloe's gotten it off in a world record run before.
I use a sled to get across this toxic
Check the disc. But yeah, there's a whole section right there. He just skipped it. He just skipped it. A lot of weird geometry on things. And he's still suffering very low HP from that previous section, so you gotta be very cautious when maneuvering around everything here. Like, he's not even bothering shooting any of this out of the way, because why even risk it? What if a shot misses and you just go right into it, runs over? No, run might not be over, but like everything he had done to save that time is just gone. Just go around it. No big deal.
Excellent. Ricochet walls plus ray gun equals fun.
I think he was trying to fly through the lasers there.
Excellent.
But it's not the easiest. And I guess if he gets it wrong, then he just goes through here the normal way. That's tricky to do. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Because I think he could have died a lot quicker than that. Wait, was he? I'm sorry, I'm not even talking here because what was he doing? I can't remember if this is how I do it, how I do it, but that works. Full HP mostly. Okay. And I know this section is on a kind of like on a cycle based off when he presses these buttons. I think the way he did it there is probably the safest rhythm to make sure they can get on this platform in time. Yeah, he gave himself plenty of time there. Why risk it? Also, the positioning he did right there opens up this door. He hit the trigger to open up this door, but he skipped a cutaway segment. So there's like little things that you wouldn't even notice that he's doing, but like that positioning there, it's not super tight, but you know, it is specific. It is a strat. Using this and then jumping right. He's really good at jumping off the glasses there. I always like hover for a second and make sure I see Stewie's drop shadow on it, but he's pretty confident with his jumps. So at this point in the game, if you don't have enough bolts, this is a really good time to clean it up. It's good that he had 205 bolts coming in here. You can use this box right here. What's funny is you used to be able, I mean, you can still do it, obviously. The game has not been updated, but we used to just use that box to go out of bounds, but instead he's going to use it, I don't know why we didn't think of this
From now on,
sooner. Just jump off all that, and then he is getting the remainder bolts. His gun actually hasn't upgraded yet. It's going to, because they're still counting. Now it's upgraded. And this is penetrating shot, which is specifically good for this section right here, because there's a lot of enemies. And all that really matters here is just don't die. And I'm going to explain why that is the case here in a second, but there's not time save here. You would think, oh yeah, the faster you clear through the section, the more time you save. No, just do not touch those. Even that was a little sketchy where he was positioned. Like, you don't want to be anywhere near those. Anywhere near those guys, anywhere near those gas clouds. No. No, you don't even have to worry about going through here quickly. Just get HP, stay alive. All that matters. I mean, you can't be too slow, obviously, because then you could lose time, but that's not going to happen here. Doing a good job with the penetrating shot. You see he's lining up all of those toddlers right there. And taking them out. And he's just double checking right now to make sure he got everybody, because there's going to be one kid that spawns in that corner there. And he's kind of just... It seemed like he already spawned because he got shot at, but maybe not. I think right there where Stewie locked on, that's where the kid spawned. So that's why there's no time save here. Because you're waiting for that guy to spawn the entire time. So looking through the game files, Toxic was actually able to find a debug mode, and that's why he was able to test out a lot of things. He was actually able to go out of bounds and see that that guy spawned in way later than everything else. And the debug mode is pretty fun to play with. But typical Peter shenanigans.
Sorry about the genocide and stuff.
Oh, there's still one guy left. Boom.
So many iodine-stained shrimp. So little time.
And yeah, the same process as usual. Take out the old people. Try and get everybody aggroed.
Ah, you bastard!
I'm not sure why those guys in the glass are not getting aggroed. Wait, do you even need to kill them? No. Didn't know that.
Stop! I see you are fat, so I challenge you to a hot dog eating contest.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, did the game freeze? I know this is what happens during the Gandhi hot dog eating contest. Bit of luck involved here, but I mean,
Bigger ones than this?
Toxic's getting really good placements.
You simply eat.
Just need 5 more.
And perfect.
Those New York whores got...
And we don't really care about snack meter at the end of that because you get a fresh refill and another bar.
Hey, looks like this one.
If you smash the bar, they aggro and spawn in for real. Interesting.
Did somebody fart? Man, we must have blown our budget hiring all those characters.
Those spawns are
We
always the
couldn't afford
same.
Another mini game, so,
This is probably the toughest cutaway
how about press the
gag.
button? Yeah, do that. Yay!
Dang.
Ah,
This
you
guy's good.
bastard!
And I'm just getting topped off on the snack meter here. Oh, take him out. Take him out. So Peter actually runs faster when he's holding somebody. So that's why he waited. That's actually another reason to run all the way to the exit holding somebody. Especially when you need to conserve snack meter. Now I'm really curious how he's going to take on. I have watched this run before, but it's been like 2 years. So I'm trying to remember how he's going to take out the Rustling brothers up here. In the meantime, just clearing everybody out. This actually can kind of get sketchy with these rockets. As long as you keep moving, you should avoid all of it. But you want to take out enemies very quickly here just so you can avoid it. And also just take out the rocket launcher and then you don't have to worry about it at all. Throw this guy at this guy. Kick. Boom. Oh, I think he wanted to be like a pixel closer maybe. Oh my gosh. Wow. 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 That's so hard to do. So what he did there is he's trying to do I think it's called Food Frenzy is what the attack is called. It's like this ball that's just a massive hitbox, but it takes it has startup and these guys can interrupt it. So it's actually really tough to get it off, but not only does he get it off, but he gets it, both of the guys hit here as the other one runs up and just beats them both immediately.
Your turn, sir.
That's insane. That's insanely fast. That's insanely lucky.
Madam, please.
Yeah.
control yourself.
Wait, this is 100% consistent if you don't move? Really? I did not know that. Never mind, it's not lucky. He's just a god gamer.
Come on.
I did not know that was 100% consistent.
My slots are the loosest.
I have a hard time pulling that off, but
Too
yeah.
bad.
Okay.
I was hoping those guys.
I'll have to keep that in mind if I ever run this again. But that does save a lot of time. Okay, Brian section, Hospital Ricochet. You guys get the gist by this point. Actually, we can just go ahead and skip past this. There we go.
The police had the
Stewie in the Brian section. And all the cycle here is very specific. I think Toxic actually plays it a little safe.
I'm free of STDs, but
Actually
not
moves that girl up a
there's
little
snot
bit while
on
he's
this
waiting for the cycles.
Maybe the
He definitely
father
plays
of
that
Seabreeze
section safe.
Puppets is in the luxury. Nice.
I think it is easy to mess up, so completely fair. If you got a pace like this, you play as many things you can play safely.
Certainly no worse than Florida. And our elections.
Oh, just barely misses it. All good though.
How can these people sleep at night? Nope, not this one.
And there will be a cutaway gag
say,
coming up
my
soon.
chosen
Very
king has
nice
the best
glide
glue
right
this
there
time.
to avoid detection.
Ew, there's snot on this.
What are we protecting?
And
the
he's going to
mega from
position
again?
Stewie just enough. Again, the football head coming in play here, but boom. If he went any further to the right, he would get a cutaway there, and it wastes quite a bit of time.
You think they could throw their stubs into
Boom,
the flash.
boom, boom. Easiest room is the last one.
Biological weapons? But we agreed no germ warfare.
Stewie's definitely the most fun character to play as, so it's cool that you get to play as him a lot. And yeah, the game's very generous with being able to jump after walking off of a platform, like very generous. That he's able to walk off that platform, hit the button, and then jump back up. I think that's what he did there. I don't believe it was like him jumping off the button. I think the game is just like that. Yeah, it only takes one shot. You just have to shoot them right where the turret is. And of course you can damage abuse. That was actually one of the things I found pretty quickly. Where damage abuse skips with Stewie. And woo! You can actually get the camera pretty much outside, almost outside of this, but it doesn't really do anything. He's just hugging the right wall to save time. And you do have to pick up health here, but he's just going to pick up the fast health pickups. And nothing more. Yep, just an auto-scroller. Maybe a little bit of health is nice for this next upcoming section. You can... It's very easy to get screwed, especially if he does any damage abuses, which I don't think he does, but we'll see. Because in my PB, I know things went very sour here. But you can platform off certain objects to get to the slingshot a little bit quicker. And then this is another skip that I found pretty early on. Was as this thing drops, you can just jump underneath and skip the next segment.
That's so funny, I forgot to laugh. Excluding that first.
And yeah, you can't get shot by the turret if you jump in them. And there's gonna be a pretty gnarly skip coming here soon. Yeah, right here. I don't know what his setup is for this. This looks a little wild. But Toxic doing toxic things. What can I say? I don't know how he does it blindfolded essentially, but that's just how he likes to do it, I guess. I mean, it's possible that the inputs are exactly the same, even if he can see it or not. So might be what the case is. And then this boss fight, this is something that Toxic figured out himself, and I love it.
Excellent. My ray gun bolts
and it's
now
consistent.
penetrate multiple enemies.
Yeah, it's the same inputs, right? It's still kind of difficult without the visual cues, but...
Fabulous. Those glass doors only leave a
So he's gonna
small
just chill back
fire.
here and wait for these purple balls to come in. And he's gonna take a little bit of damage along the way. He was actually able to shoot that purple ball, which is really nice, and just not have to stop shooting at all. They're all coming in. They're all coming in. As the smoke clears, he's gonna move backwards. And all of these are following him in. And you can just shoot him right out of the way. I love this strat so much. And that's it. He's just able to non-stop shoot the center. Peter docks, which is he going to do with Peter? Is he going to use Stewie? He's going to use Peter because he is a crackhead. It's way more difficult as Peter. Everything here is way more difficult. He does like every strat you can imagine. I love that. Peter's faster by 10 seconds, but way more difficult. A lot of the stuff you're seeing here isn't too bad. This pot right up here that he's gonna... Wait. Oh, you clip out of bounds there. Okay. Okay, that didn't look too bad. Never mind. It's mostly the seal clip. The seal clip is just annoying. I really don't like it. Oh yeah, that clip I don't like too much, but that one's not bad. It's this one specifically that is not great.
Ninja Shields.
Come get some.
But, oh yeah, see? That right there. I'm glad you guys could see why it sucks. Can we all understand why this might not be great? But yeah, I think he still saved time with Peter there. I think this section was so much funnier when you play as Stewie. This infant picking up beer as it falls down. There were some really crazy theoretical strats that Toxic was working on with Stewie here, but just switching to Stewie just takes too much time. I think that the level just looks cool when you play it as Stewie. because you get a fixed camera perspective as Peter, but not with Stewie, so you can kind of just, you get a whole different perspective on the level when you do that. And yeah, jumping up to some of the beer to collect them quicker. I'm not sure if that matters at all until the last one, but might as well. It also, being Peter, it makes it a little bit more difficult to miss them though, since he's so much bigger. With Stewie, you'd have to keep yourself centered. Yeah, there's not too much here. It's just 3 rounds of it.
Jump on Anna. Hey, this unit just got a crazy idea. Ah, why?
Success.
Why?
For some reason. Alright, Brian section again. So, per usual, hospital. You get the gist. Go ahead and skip ahead here a little bit. Now, I know Toxic goes for the like most difficult cycle you can possibly get here.
Will you choke me with your
And
stick?
it's...
Did you just ask me to choke you with my
all
stick?
these pickups need to be very quick
They could throw their
if you're doing
stuff
this.
into the trash. Like Stewie always says, when in doubt, set something on fire. Now I can infiltrate the stands without being seen.
Because what he's gonna do, what you can do is you can wait for this cop to turn around. Instead, he's gonna just, he was so early on the cycle that the cop only saw him for a fraction of a second. So if you're slow at all, even a little bit, he's going to catch you.
Serious sleuthing.
Hey, over
So
here.
I remember when I ran this, I would
Ah, crap. I better fill these
I would just wait
people's
for him to
orders,
turn
otherwise
around.
My cover will be blown.
I need.
If I talk to someone who didn't order, I'll get caught. So I better remember who ordered.
I'm hungry.
I love month-old nachos.
Hey, buddy.
I require some.
there's not too much to point out here. Stewie's so much quicker for delivering all the food, but you just, whoever asks for food, you just have to give it to them. It doesn't matter which order. And you can pick up those collectibles along the way. They are necessary.
Yoo-hoo.
I need another hot dog. I ate another one.
You have to deliver to Chris a couple times.
Yo, food selling guy.
Ooh, yummy.
2 people right there. Chris.
Yay,
And that guy.
peanuts.
And then you already know Chris is going to come again, so
I want to stuff my face.
he's just waiting by him.
To sleep with to get served around here.
Yeah, that
And I
hot
think that's
dog
it
is
once he,
a chance. Give me another.
Hey, over here.
I think it's just him, that guy, and then there's 3 people to the right side, and then that's it.
I just love artificial.
Now that these morons are sated, I can get to work looking for that This is the scent.
And I believe he's going to have to switch into Stewie again. But even in a small section like this, Stewie is still significantly faster. While Stewie is flying in the air, he's able to poison the dog food bowls.
Here we go.
And all of this is on cycle. Very tight cycle, might add. So like if you make any mistakes, you're going to get caught.
I wish my name was Chet.
All these
You'd be
positionings
like,
are
"Hey,
very
Chet."
specific.
I'd be like, hey.
Like just even the micro spacing. Like right there, he almost got caught. Like
much
it's
nicer than the ones in Bangkok.
it's tough.
Now that.
And then Brian's actually right there behind. He actually is still there. But where's Stewie? Which is also faster as Stewie. Alright, 1 more level, and then it is just going to be a bunch of bosses.
Bring it on.
This out of bounds is crazy because it's just a complete oversight of where out of bounds starts and where the bridge like ends. There's just this little exploitable spot that they just weren't thinking of right before you get to the beach that you're just out of bounds. Don't have to do anything fancy. It's a very convenient cliff here. But you do have to drop down and hit certain checkpoints. It's like they didn't think to destroy the cart, right? And those stalagmites right there, you can actually get a massive boost off them, but it's not beneficial for the runs. It's more of a swag strat.
So my enemies have employed their own sniper
And
against
beautiful.
me. This unit is impressive.
Sometimes the knight can kind of run away from you there, and I don't know why, because he's trying to kill Peter, so why would he run away from him? But being positioned closer to the screen here is going to skip the cutaway segment, which is why he's holding down there, just to make sure Peter is absolutely positioned out of screen there, or out of frame. Saves time. All right, Bertram boss. Let's see what kind of strats we got. T-pose on him.
Bertram, we get it. You're powerful.
Yeah, it's like weirdly inconsistent sometimes. So the main thing here is making sure that the far left Bertram doesn't get too far, so he goes right back to his starting position. And yep, that's all. That's it for that section.
My word, how embarrassing.
Then Stewie calls him a big baby, so he turns into a big baby, and here we go. Yep, nothing too fancy here, just playing the game as intended. You can actually shoot through his foot there to hit the other foot, getting double damage.
Time for you to die. Okay, that I felt. I hardly felt that. Time for you to die. Okay.
Thanks to the top that I gave Bertram, I have a window of opportunity.
Oh, I like what he's doing here. That was sick. Funny that platform that you jumped to, you're not even really supposed to be there.
Give up, Stuart.
And yeah, it doesn't really matter if you take damage at this point.
If I hope to do him any damage.
Yep, Stewie's ability to just jump through platforms is great. And all you got to do here is not miss the shot.
I hardly felt that. Time for you to die.
This is like Honey, I Shrunk His package. Because he has a small package.
We've got to
And I think being positioned to the right there makes that camera transition a little bit quicker, but I could be wrong. Yeah, as he drops down here, you just want to position Stewie's shots right at the gun. Pretty easy stuff.
Give up now and I might spare you.
Can only do so much amazing. Hey, I still have the Full Metal Alchemist 3 world record and the console Dragon Ball Z Saga's world record because somebody was more dedicated to me to apparently run it on emulator. And we're going to be watching that world record here soon. It's actually very new. It's just going to be for one of those days I don't have a co-commentator like today. But yeah, so for the Peter boss fight, it's versus the chicken. And you're switching to Stewie here, and there's like dev exits placed in here. And Toxic's just going to walk right into all of them. So one right there, one right here, He actually has to get this jump right at the start of the section, or you can't do this one. There's one right there. He just walks out of bounds so simply. I don't know how he did that. Just makes it look so seamless. Another one right here. Or there. I don't actually do that one, so I didn't even know where it was at exactly. It's one of the only ones I don't do. One right there. And then you have to reload the game, but luckily every time you go into a new section, it autosaves, so reloads it, and we're going to be back as Peter to finish off the game. Actually, it looks like he had a little bit of food meter there. I'm guessing that was just the leftovers of when he last had it. Yeah, the controls there are super bad. Yeah. You kind of have to reprogram your brain to do it. Yeah, everything he did there was very difficult. I don't know how he did the rap skip. Like, I really just have no idea how. He explained it to me once, and I just can't do it. And on the well, there's gonna be 2 inputs here, I think. Or no, just the one. Yep, and then that's it. Sometimes you can get a double on the boss. And yeah, that is Family Guy any percent world record by Toxic Pinhead. Here, let me move my head and you guys can see it. Well, I guess you can see the last split there.
Oh my God, Peter!
Honestly, crazy run, especially since he's only a he's a little over a minute from some of best,
Watching 5 straight days of Mr. Belvedere with no sleep,
which is like insane. There's only a minute of mistakes to make in a game like this.
The dog track is horse racing for poor people.
There wasn't too much to point out that could be improved either in terms of like the gold segments. Like, this is just pretty much just where the game is at and where the game will probably always be at. I think that from what he's saying, I guess the PlayStation 2 PAL version is might be a little bit faster because of the movement speed in that one.
Mr. Belvedere. Okay.
It's a little bit faster, but we gotta run like this. Who needs that one? And if you can't even get the sub hour, probably less motivating to go for. But you know, this game may not be through. There could be some fresh eyes. You watching could be the person to figure out all of the new strats. So yeah, guys, you should go check out Toxic Pinhead right here. I'm gonna link his stream or his YouTube in the chat because he didn't stream too much, but he's always posting new tricks and a whole bunch of different games. I would definitely recommend dropping him a sub because you can just see, I don't know, one day you'll wake up and you'll check your subscriptions and Totally Spies is broken, or maybe I Ninja. I know, yeah, that was one that he was working on. Kim Possible. Does all the licensed games, the absolute goated licensed game speedrunner. I had no idea. Wait, you got a 601 in that too. Dang. Yeah, if I need to ever assemble an army of glitch hunters, Toxic is going to be part of my group. Not only is he really good at running the games, he's really good at finding stuff too. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the YouTube portion of the live stream today. This VOD will be up so people can watch it. Make sure you guys drop a like if you enjoyed watching. We'll be back in like 2 or 3 days with another YouTube live stream. And we're just going to keep doing this. And yeah, so shout outs to Toxic. I'm not sure. I have a couple of games planned. I've been talking to a lot of speedrunners, and we have quite a few games planned after the new year. But before then, I think we'll be able to get one more stream in. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the YouTube live stream. But I appreciate you guys all for hanging out here and hope you enjoyed watching that run. Insane run by Toxic. Like, I'm not competing with that, but I think I would like to get a sub 110 at some point. So yeah, guys, hop over to Twitch here, and here, let me take that, and I'll figure out what we're doing next. I didn't plan this far. I've had a busy day, so I'll catch you guys soon. Okay, peace.